How's it going? We're gonna finish a game today, and then we're probably, as the name of the stream kind of hints, we're probably gonna move on to the game we used to be working on. This week's weird though, cause right, so we're finishing what I'm calling Stream Jam 2. We're finishing that today, and then Stream Jam 3 starts on Friday. So I don't know. I'm probably gonna take tomorrow off from streaming just so I don't burn out before the end of the weekend, and I don't know. It should be we yeah. The weekend should be interesting. I don't know what tomorrow's gonna be about, and then today today's a little bit of both. I don't know exactly what today will be about, but it should be interesting. Uh, Excuse me, Lion, you are the winner. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah. So the first order of business is to finish up Rogue City. And actually, yeah, yesterday when I was yesterday and this morning when I was playing the build, because I don't know if you realize there's a build online. I forget if you were here when we posted it. So if you go to srsly.bz /rcty/p1, you can get first playable. Yeah, so I was playing it a little bit, and it's always so funny when it takes more than 0 seconds to load because there actually are assets in this game. Yeah, so I was noticing a few things just playing this. So for one thing, the flammability. Yeah, before I forget, we have the fire count. So it's in chunk generation. Whenever we're creating a chunk, we're checking what is the average, the fire average, and we're pre-populating. Hey, Jonas, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, so when we're creating a new chunk, we're finding out like what is the average, like how fiery is the world right now. Decade, welcome. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. So yeah, so one thing that occurred to me is that so the fire that spawns in these new chunks is randomly dispersed, whereas the fire that like progresses more organically is actually more clumpy, and so the much more dispersed fire is going to Emerald. Hey, look, the gang's all here. I mean, not literally everyone, but wow, yeah, you guys, you guys did not waste any time showing up. Thank you, I appreciate that because it cuts through that those several minutes where I just end up like talking to myself for a little while. So yeah, so the new chunks start with fire, just like kind of like everywhere, just like just like speckled about, and so then because of how fire spreads, those new chunks get fiery way faster than the chunks that they're replacing. So I think the easy fix is just going to be to say that like we're actually only going to take like 0, like 0.8, so like 80% of the. But even that might be too much. So I don't know. I should make this an so let's say fire seed, I guess, ratio, and then we can make that a public variable in case we need to tune it in a convenient manner. So I'm gonna put it with like the rest of the fire count stuff. Where's the fire count stuff? I don't remember where the fire count stuff is. So here it is. Okay. Yeah. So public float. What do we call it? Fire seed ratio. Let's call it equal to like 0.7 f for now. And that way, as you venture outwards, like the weird thing that I was seeing is that it would go from like sparse fire to like all of a sudden an inferno, and I wanted it to have a much more gradual ramp. And I think this should accomplish that because I think this should accomplish it pretty well. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. This whole game is not going to be perfect. It's a jam game. It doesn't have to be perfect. Although I do tend to have to remind myself of that every now and then and again. All right. So then the other thing, that was a big one. Then the other thing was, the costs of city growth. I think we're too high. The build resource scale at 25 is just too high. I think if anything, it should be closer to like 10 maybe. Build person scale, that could be okay. I'll try it at 4. Because like the thing I was just seeing yesterday when I played through the game was just that there just wasn't there just was the buildings weren't showing up. Like I almost made it to the end of the game and I think I had like 4 buildings or something like that. Oh, and then yeah, other small detail. The accidentally messed up the town scale growth because of another bug. And then I fixed the other bug, and then I never switched this back. So it was actually 14, not 14. It was like, shoot, what was it? Was it just like, well, I'll give it a shot and see how it goes. 13 and 25. No, it was more than that. I'll try. So wait, what is the oh, I can just say, yeah, what is the building scale? Right, there's like a building scale, yeah, right. So it would be building scale, it'd have to be building scale times 3 plus 1, I feel like. We could try that. Building scale times 3 plus 1, and then that'll be the term for both of these, and then the term for both of these will be times 5 plus 1. I think. I feel like this could be correct. Let's see what that does. So, alright, I'm going to run it. I'm going to give us tons of energy, or turns, or whatever you want to call them. And I'm going to put the build scales down to like 0. Just to like flood everything with oh, I shouldn't have, or no, it's fine that oh good, yeah, person. And just collecting a few cups. Because buildings, I think, cost 5 a pop. I should probably test out flammability as well. Alright, this is probably enough cups for now. Maybe. Let's find out. Oh, wait, no, it doesn't actually build until I run out of juice. Alright, so I'll have to go back to the town to run out of juice. Because I can't run out of juice out here. Oh, no. Everything's on fire. Alright, so, yeah, now let's put juice back down to, like, 5-ish. Alright, and now we can run out. And let's see. Buildings. Alright, so that's definitely not correct. How incorrect is it? We would have wanted it to be... I probably don't care what, probably don't care about figuring out the exact formula. I'll probably just, slap in... Wait, how does that... Doesn't really make sense to me. Does it? Oh, yeah. Nah. Yeah, no, it would be 4 and 6 then, I guess. Actually, not. So not 3 and 5. 4 and 6. 4 and 6. Is that? No, we can try it, I guess. I should probably also just not care to a certain extent. Would that fix it though? If it was just if this is times 5, then multiplying it by 6 is not going to be sufficient. So plus 2? I don't know. I'm not gonna worry about this much more, I promise. Because we actually, I mean, yeah, the other thing is like there's not a huge point in worrying about the small details, because we just have to, instead we actually have to just like kind of slap in the big missing features and then ship it that's the plan for today, anyways. All right, so coffee cups, coffee cups, coffee cups, coffee mugs or whatever. Yeah. One person, good. We got person. And yeah. I'm assuming everyone just got quiet and that chat did not start malfunctioning. But on the off chance that chat started malfunctioning, well, that's weird and unfortunate. But whatever. Hopefully it's not that. And if it is, we'll have to figure that out at some point. Alright, this is probably good enough. We can head back home now. Where is home? Where are we relative to home? We are there. So we want to go. It's the way to do it, Lion. You're living life. 5. Alright. So we're closer. But yeah, I really don't know that I care to get any more precise than this. I'm just gonna call it I don't know. What is building scale? Oh, is that not public? Yeah, what is building scale? Building scale is 3. So yeah, no, I don't know what's supposed to be happening here. I'll say CB1414, hey! Welcome, thanks for tuning in. I'll say 4 and 8, I guess, and not add anything. Beagle face to you, by the way. I don't know why it would be 4 and 8, but whatever. Let's see what that does. And actually, I think I'm not going to worry about it anymore. I'm just going to assume that works. And then, what else do we have to, Intuator, hey! Welcome. Oh, Minterkid. Thank you. Alright, Bo the Programmer. Well, thank you for following. I appreciate your support. And, we didn't get to see the banner pop up across the... Oh, speaking of the banner across the bottom of the screen. Hold on, wait, I think my notifier... Is it, like, busted or something? Oh, yeah, whoops, it just says T-notifier will start in 30 seconds. Hold on, I'm just gonna, see if I can... Whoops, wrong one. Get the notifier to actually work. Because if you followed right now, it wouldn't work either. Alright, I can do this off camera. Alright. Is that gonna... Alright, hopefully that'll work. Whoops. Hopefully that'll work better. That's funny. Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. I wouldn't have noticed anyways. I wouldn't have noticed it otherwise. So, yeah, I think that should actually work now. Yeah, thank you for following. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate the support and your viewership. So, yeah, what else do we have to do to finish this game? Oh, I guess, oh, and guess what? Hey, hello, everybody. Yeah, so I'm gonna put out the last call for if anyone submitted something and they haven't told me how they want their name in the credits. This is your last chance to tweet it at me. My Twitter handle is listed in the information panel. It's at srsly_bz. And yeah, let me know how you want your name to appear and what you want your job title to be, if you haven't already, because one of the last things we have to do is the credits. So yeah. Oh, I guess scale times 4 and scale times 8 does make sense, kind of, because yeah, I don't know. Let's find out. I am actually curious about this, because I don't know, whatever. Because I'm curious about it. And and I don't feel like giving a reason. Yeah, so uh, oh, weird. Who was it? Was it N28? I don't know. Someone was having. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Actually, wait. Let me just make sure that the grid looks okay. Oh no, it's half on, half off the grid. Unacceptable. So should I subtract 2 or add 2? Boo. Boo Nader. um, so if I think I can subtract 2 from this, and uh, yeah. Sorry, I get hung up on stuff like this sometimes. Uh, I'll try not to, because yeah, like I've been saying, like I've been repeating ad nauseum. Like, oh, it actually might not be -2 from the from the other one. It might be like -1 or something. I don't know. We'll find out. All right, so save that, and then to save. Uh, sorry. Alright, so, alright, yeah, one more shot. I swear. We'll start on the credits in just a moment. I know I also said I would do the credits offline, but I don't know. I think instead I might do something interesting with them, so that way they're worth seeing online. Alright, so we need at least one. Yeah, there we go. Oh, notification. What's all this then? Indeed. um, do we have enough cups? We probably have enough cups at this point. All the cups. Alright. Is that... Man. Just can't win. Just can't win. Alright, so I guess I have to add 2 and just deal with it. Just deal with it. So anyways. Alright, now I'll stop caring about that. Whoops. There's only one scenario wherein I'll care about that again, and it's the scenario wherein the 4 scale doesn't work, but I can stop running test scenarios because that'll become apparent automatically as we do other things in the game. So, for example, other things we can do in the game is, yeah, is there anything else that I want to change about the game itself? Because, I mean, at this point we might literally just be wrapping a bow on it and calling it a day. Yeah, no, I think we're probably okay. Alright, so yeah, I had a few ideas for how I want to do the credits. But for one thing, I should start, I should go back over that list that we have of how we want the credits done, and yeah. That was why I was having everyone send it to me. Aww. Oops, caps lock. Hey, we got a new follower. Just to be wanted. Thank you for following. Thank you for tuning in. It's a pleasure to have you here. Um, so, right, yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. I was just, one of our regular viewers was having difficulty loading the page. Unfortunately, it looks like it's not working, but, alright, so what was, October 30th? No, 29th was the first day of this project. It was when I opened up, that's when we started working on this. Sorry, I have to look on my other stream. Hey, we got a new follower. Ryanage. Thank you, thank you for following. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your support and your viewership. So yeah, the reason I'm like hunched over looking at my other computer right now is because that's where I got that's where I have the list of who wants to show up in the who wants to show up in the credits. So all right, so we got I'm seeing Comega we have here. I'll start transposing it over here so I can stop leaning over. So we have X Comega, which I assume is, or Comega. I don't know. I always pronounce it Comega, but I don't know. Maybe there's as Jeff the Murder. I don't know if that was a typo, but that's how I was asked to put it in. All right, so Trent Sterling, programming wizard level 10. Sweet. I can just copy and paste. I don't know if I'm supposed to put the winky face in the credits or not, but it was Trent Sterling, programming wizard level 10, winky face. Binry. Oh yeah. Hey, good HGA. Oh yeah, you know what? I should add that. I should add my actual name as a highlight keyword because yeah, Binry Ben. Because sometimes people call me Ben. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. So wait, is that correct? Were there? Oh wait, were there two commas there? Hold on. Sorry. Accidentally. Oh wait, yeah. Wait, no, there's not supposed to be a comma there, is there? Yeah, no, there's just supposed to be a space. All right. All right. All right. Yeah. So yeah, this is the last call for credits. So if anyone wants their name to be in the credits, hit me up now, because if I start to implement the credits and then I don't know, that might be fine. But depending on how I set it up, I might get annoyed if I have to add them in later. All right. So Lightwell Games, simply as Lightwell Games. Was that everyone? No, there's got to be more than that, right? No, wow, that was everyone. All right, only 3 people wanted to be in the credits, which is funny because considering how many people actually contributed stuff to the game. All right. Well, all right. Yeah, no, maybe I will leave. Good job, Lion. It worked. Oh yeah. All right. Well. All right. Yeah. I guess now that I'm keeping track here. All right. I can, if I'm. All right. I can add people who don't tweet at me. No. If you. Yeah. Whatever. All right. Bo the Programmer. How do you want your name in the credits? What do you want your name to appear as, and what do you want your job title to be? So I do get delighted every time the little follow bar pops up because there's like no, it's just I don't know, I just take it as a compliment. I just take it as a very clear compliment. Yeah, so right, so the way to get your name in the credits is to tweet at me how you want your name to appear in the credits and what you want your job title to be. There's a link to do it right down there. So just Bo the Programmer as Associate Encouragement Manager. I'm putting your name as Bo the Programmer unless you tell me to do otherwise. As Associate Encouragement Manager. All right. Yeah, also, so my Twitter handle is also how you get at me for direct communication, because, yeah, when I'm not online, I still check that. So, Twitter handle, it's down there, I swear to you, unless you're on mobile, in which case it's over there, but I swear to you, it's there. And, yeah, if you're unable to find it, it's at srsly_bz. Oh, cool, alright, here we go. Uh, oh, alright, so I just have to scroll to the top. I was wondering why the little notification thing wasn't popping up, but maybe it's because I was just scrolled down. Anyways, right, so... uh, alright, so, yeah, I'll keep an eye out for... Okay, so 73 Island 123 as community manager. I might tweak a little bit of the formatting. Like for example, I think I'll probably capitalize community manager, and well as community manager. I'll probably also program or excuse me, capitalize programming wizard. Whoops, why do I keep doing that? I'm special. I'll probably also abbreviate level 10. And then actually instead of as or comma, I think I'll put dashes. Lightwell Games. There's no job title, so I won't put in a dash. Oh, sorry, I left my blinds open. I don't want to get a tan on just like half of my body. That would be the weirdest thing. So, yeah. All right. So, cool. Yeah. So this will probably be our credits. Oh wait. All right. Yeah. These will probably be our credits. Oh, another Ben. Tee. So now both of our names, Benji. Now both of our names show up highlighted. Oops. Sorry. Wait. Oh no, I messed up my screen. I know. I totally have it together today. I have it so together today. Just so super together. All right. Yeah. So what I'm thinking for the credits, I think. I think. I can change it to community manager if you want. um, so yeah, so I was thinking for the credits because we have a turn-based game. I think it might be that. So like when the game starts, it might just be it might like show the title of the game like at the top of the screen or something like that, and then I think I want to set it to be so that like once you've taken like 10 steps, the title flips over to the first credit, and then when you take 10 more steps, the title flips over to the next credit, and so on and so forth. So that way, basically through the intro of the game, you also get to see you also get to see the credits shown, and then that'll probably be the extent of it. If I implement that too quickly, and I decide I want that's pretty good in terms of sizing, I guess. Good enough. I'm not gonna mess with it. All right. Yeah. If I decide I want to do more, we might put the credits again at the end. But no, it'll probably just be at the start of the game, because everyone sees the start of the game. Not everyone sees the end of the game. All right. So. So yeah, let's do that. I guess. I think. I just want to make like textures for it instead of actually using. No, I guess I could just use text at the top of the screen. Some of these are a little bit wordy, but that's fine. I think probably fine. Yeah, and I guess if I do text, then it'll be easy enough to make this extensible, or like make it expandable if some people are late to the show and they want their name in the credits. I support this decision, Russ Jr. Oh man, I haven't had Lucky Charms in the longest time. Actually, I should say, hey Emerald, welcome back. I should say I support your decision, Russ, if you're doing the thing where you eat all of the like the Odie ones first and leave all the marshmallows and then eat all the marshmallows at the end. So that is the correct approach, in my opinion, to eating Lucky Charms. All right, so yeah, I'm just gonna make a new text object. So we have turn text, and we'll have credits text. Oops, hold on, I have to make sure I'm not editing the wrong object. Turns text, all right, and so then, so yeah, we'll also have credits text. Credits text will be clamped to the upper center, and it will be located here. It'll also be slightly smaller print, I think. Oh, and actually, I think I'm gonna reposition the camera just ever so slightly. So wait, no, not that way. I'm gonna put the camera just slightly forward so that even at the start of the game when we're seeing the credits, no, actually, no, whatever. We'll just leave it like this. All right. Yeah, and actually, if anything, that might encourage people to explore downwards more so than they upwards. Oh yeah, Orange Unity is because I went to Edit, Preferences, Colors, and I set the play mode tint to be orange, and that just reminds me when I'm in play mode. Oh, for example, I was very well aware that I was in play mode, so all those changes that I just made didn't get saved. And if I was a smarter person, I would have like remembered that and not done that. But no, the tint is there to remind me of it. All right, so credits text. So right, yeah. So all those things that I just did again. Upper center. What was the? Did I do that? Yeah, I did that correctly. And then move it up to the top of the screen, and then yeah, I guess we can. I might have to change the text size. Oh, yeah, I might have to change the text size. Oh, yeah. All right. Anyways, I won't worry about that yet. Yeah, no, I can find that out right now because I don't want to use 3 lines, so I want to make sure at least this can fit across 1 line because this is our longest chunk of text so far. So yeah, what if the text in here was this? Yeah, that needs to be a lot smaller. Font size. Whoops, hold on, I'm covering up chat. I can't see chat. Yes, all right, Russ Jr. I'm glad we're on the same page. Oh yeah. Yeah. All right. So yeah, if you want your name in the credits, my Twitter handle is right underneath the. There's a link to it down on the page, or if you're on mobile, it's in the sidebar. It's at srsly_bz. Let me know what you want your name to be, how you want your name to show up, and what you want your job title to be. So, for example, we have Xcomega X as Jeff the Murder. I don't know if that's supposed to be murderer, but I actually like it better as Jeff the Murder, like Jeff the Flock of Crows, essentially. I don't know. Trent Sterling, Programming Wizard level 10. Lightwell Games, unattributed. Bo the Programmer, Associate Encouragement Manager. 73 Lion 123 Community Manager. So yeah, let me know how you want that to show up, and I will. I'll look that up. You can also try putting it in chat, but if I miss it in chat, I'm not going to be apologetic at all because you could have just tweeted at me, and I would have kept track of it better. All right, so what font size do we want this to be? Then I mean, I guess we could just let it wrap onto multiple lines, but yeah. How small would we have to get it in order for it to fit? Oh yeah, because if we have to make it too small, then then it might be better overall to just wrap it. Actually, I could abbreviate it. I could just use the first 3 letters, right? I could just do. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. I'm a terrible person. I don't know why I encourage stuff like that. But wait, is there a? Actually, I might, Bo, if it's okay, I might promote you to encouragement manager just to save on line length. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. So if I did that, then Programming Wizard level 10 would be the line length delimiter. Oh, and yeah, that gives us a lot more space to work with actually. So we could probably at least go to like size 30. Yeah. So that we might. All right. So you're getting promotion. Congratulations. I greatly appreciate everything you have done for this organization, and to reward your hard work and dedication, you are officially promoted to encouragement manager. Unfortunately, there is no pay raise associated with this. Actually, we'll double your salary. Your salary is still 0. All right, so programming was level 10. We could actually probably go bigger than that. We could probably go to level size 35. Yeah, and that one just fits oh so snugly. So yeah, we'll probably do that. That way, so yeah, it'll be on 2 lines, which is silly, and we'll have to hook that up differently in a second. But well, actually, yeah, I might as well do it now. Oh yeah, and actually, I think yeah, we're gonna do 2 lines instead of like a dash or whatever. So Lightwell games will just have 1 line. Yeah. So for Excomega, I'm tempted to just reformat his. Maybe he'll show up soon. I kind of want to reformat his to exclude Excomega altogether. Just credit him as Jeff and credit his job title as murder. But I don't know. I'll respect his wishes, unless he shows up, in which case I'll try and convince him to let me do that instead. All right, so yeah, so the reason we have to put it on 2 lines here is the funny thing about Unity's text editor is that oh wait, no, I was gonna do Trent Sterling program. Yeah, the funny thing about the text editor is that you can't actually insert a line break. The only way you can insert a line break is by pasting in a line break from another application. Oh, so alignment will be center, yeah, and then all right, so yeah, that's roughly what the credits will look like. But actually, at the start of the game, I think we'll have some intro text, so that there's a little context as why are these names appearing at the top of the screen. So it'll probably say, oh yeah, so if anyone wants to come up with the full title for this project, we've been calling it Rogue City because it's RCTY is the dev name. I always use a 4-letter abbreviation for the dev name for the projects that I'm working on. Rogue City, and we could just use Rogue City as the name, I guess. But the other thing is that if you Google search Rogue City, it's the name of a brand, and also I don't know. I guess we could just call it Rogue City because it's not like we're going to sell this or I don't think that would be tortious interference with Rogue City UK, the clothing retailers, the women's fashion retailer. I don't think it would be tortious interference with their business if we were if we were to do that. So we're probably fine. Just calling it that. If we wanted to add a subtitle or anything, then all right, we got a new entrant in the credits as I'll probably rearrange these, but Jenny M as I'm gonna mispronounce it, but I'll say Hooten Master. Oh gosh, I hope that's how you pronounce it because that's delightful. All right. Yeah, thank you very much. So all right, so we have a pretty good list going. Oh yeah, right. Because as people often point out, I use Bing as my default search because for some reason I get weird errors sometimes when I try and access Google. But if I need to search something that's actually important, if I need to actually search something I need to get good results, I can't just settle for whatever results I do. I still use Google. All right, so yeah, let's start hooking this up. Tom Peach, hey, or sorry, Tom. I always say his full name, and it's funny because I like saying it. But Tom, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Are you? Yeah, I never got how you wanted your name in the credits. And I guess if you don't, that's fine. If you don't want your name in the credits, that's fine. But I didn't miss it, right? You just never told me how you wanted your name in the credits, right? Anyways, well, now that we have the setup stuff, let's start. So what we're gonna do is right. Okay. So yeah, I talked a little bit about how I want this to work. And so basically, yeah, it's gonna be every time you take a step, I think. Every time you take a step, yeah. And then every 10 steps. Yes, I am capable of putting on shirts. Thank you. That is an excellent question. Uh, uh, hey, Ibitox, or Ibitox. Wait, is that? Oh yeah, no, it isn't I. Okay, so sorry for mispronouncing your name, but thanks for tuning in, and thank you for that excellent question. I'm capable of putting on very many different forms of clothing. I'm thoroughly capable. There's photographic evidence to corroborate. All right, so step taking is everyone's most favorite section of where we uh, swagger onwards. I don't know why I framed it as that, but yeah, here it is. So let's say we'll say credits scroll equal or plus plus. So this is where we'll increment it. Credit scroll plus plus, and then so right. So then we'll say if credit scroll. Actually, I guess we can say if credits if show credits, because once we're done with the credits, we can just hide them and not have to worry about them anymore. So so none of these are things yet. I'm basically pseudo coding right now. I mean, no, I'm actually writing the code, but it won't be very meaningful for a while because I'm making up random variables, or I'm just like making up variables. They're not actually really variables yet, and we'll have to define them at some point. So if credit scroll is greater than or equal to, I don't know how to be greater than, but if it was greater than or equal to credits duration, then the last thing we'll do is we'll say credit scroll equals 0 again. So that way it'll keep ticking upwards, and then when it hits this is where we cycle into the next frame of. All right, yeah, Tom, thanks for stopping by. It's always nice to see you. Nice to hear from you. So have a good time at fireworks. Wow. All right, yeah, have a great time. So credit scroll equals 0 is the last thing that we do. The first thing that we do is to say. If no, we'll just say we'll say credits text equals it's actually we shouldn't call this one credit scroll. We should call this one credits count. Credits count because yeah, I'm gonna have another variable that I'm gonna call credits scroll. So this is all credits count. So credits text equals credits scroll index I guess I have to keep track of that too. So wait, so credit. So credit. All right. So again, I will have credit scroll, but this one will be called credit lines. Or credits lines, and it will be index credit scroll. And then also, so we should be incrementing credit scroll too. So credit scroll, increment that, and then actually we won't necessarily set this necessarily because if credit scroll is greater than or equal to credits lines. Yeah. You never know. It could avoid an error at some point. So if credit scroll is greater than or equal to credits lines dot length, because this is going to be credits lines dot length is going to be, is it capital L length or is it lowercase l length? I forget. I guess we'll find out. Credits lines is going to be where we store our text. So we only want to scroll through them until we've reached the end of them. And if we've reached the end of them, then credits text or credits, excuse me, credits underscore text dot set disabled or set enabled, set active, false, and what? Oh, and show credits false equals false. So that's when we can stop showing credits. We can shut down that whole operation. Otherwise, if we haven't reached that, oops, I was using the wrong braces there. Wow. Oh my gosh, I meant to do open parenthesis, close parenthesis, but I did open curly brace, close square bracket. that was impressive, if I do say so. All right, so in the case that we haven't exceeded the end of the credit scroll, we will say, oh yeah, this is when we say credits text equals equals etc. etc. Yeah, and then credits count equals 0. Yeah. Excellent. All right, so now we have to add all these things. So we have show credits, credits count, credits duration, credits scroll, credits lines, credits text. Oh gosh, so many. All right, so bool show credits equals false. Int credits count equals 0. Int credits scroll equals 0. Public int credits dir equals I was saying like 10 steps maybe. It might be less than 10 steps, but we'll see. Credits dir. And then last one, credits text. So public game object credits text. Oh yeah, wait, hold on. I totally messed up my syntax because where is it? It should be bright red. Yeah, there we go. Oh, and credits lines. I forgot credits lines. Yeah. So wait, no, it's not credits text equals. It's credits text dot get component text mesh dot text. Yeah, equals credits lines, etc., etc. But yeah, I forgot to make credits lines the thing. So credits lines is public. So yeah, public. What is it? Public string array credits lines. Yeah, I think save that, and then where's where? Oh, yep. Oops. And then okay, it must be capital L length. Yeah, there we go. All right, so that might be legit now, maybe. And so yeah, the last thing we have to do is decide what we want to say in our credits. So so I'll leave at least two intro lines for like the name of the game, and then something to say between the name of the game and the credits themselves to convey that now we're about to see credits. I guess I could say, yes. I mean, it could just be as simple as like made by, or like I don't know, made by ... or something like that. I don't know. So two of those, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 others. So like 8 for now, and then if we get more down the line, we can add more. All right. So yeah. So I'm the new. Yeah, I'm just gonna start plugging these in. Which ones have I done so far? I haven't done Excomega. Actually, Jenny deserves high billing because that hut was fantastic. Sorry, I mean it's fairly arbitrary the order, but just yeah. And the bow. Last but not least, oh, I should probably put myself in the credits, I guess, because I was here. I was here most of the time. We were working on this project. uh, 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 so how would I be in the project? I'd be has been me. I'll be the team mascot, I guess. No one took that position yet. Alright. There we go. Alright, so then, so yeah, so did anyone have a strong opinion on, the name of the game, Rogue City? We're gonna go for Rogue City, go big or go home sort of thing. So, that works fine, I suppose. So yeah, Rogue City. Oops, what am I not typing? Where am I typing? Rogue City. Oh. Yeah, you're in here. Oh yeah, Excomega. Thanks for tuning in. So this is how your name will appear in the credits, Excomega X. And then the second line is Jeff the Murderer. This is transposed directly from the from what you sent me the other day. So I was saying earlier, it would amuse me to no end if instead if your name showed up in the credits as Jeff, and then as your attribution as murder. I don't want to pressure you either way, but I just wanted to throw that out there. But yeah, we're putting together the credits now, so yeah, here goes. What was it? Yeah, right. So right, Rogue City, and then yeah. How do I? So this is I have to put in like a little line that comes after Rogue City, and is descriptive, and it's basically just like a lead into the credits. So I guess we could say made by is fine. I'm just gonna say made by, because I could spend way too long. I could spend way too long trying to come up with something more clever or whatever. All right, so oh yeah, so just so that the name of the game shows up for slightly longer, I'm actually gonna initialize credits count to like -10. So it'll start counting from -10. So Rogue City will show up for like the first 20 clicks. And actually, I think credits duration should probably be closer to like 7, 6. I'm gonna try 6. Well, and we can tool with that. Oh, it's public, so I can't change it there. I have to change it out here. Credits duration, I think it'll probably be better closer to 6, but we'll see. Is it just gonna work now? Oh no, I need to initialize it. So on start, credits text. Credits text dot get component text mesh dot text equals credits line 0, credits lines 0, which is also a credits. All right, so let's see if this works. Maybe could work, right? I don't know. Whoa, hey, oh, I forgot to null reference exception. As usual, I forgot to actually, like, plug in that object. Alright, Rogue City. Alright, so it'll, should show that for 16 steps uh, before it switches over to something, hypothetically. No, I feel like it should have switched by now, right? What's the deal there? Yeah, it definitely should have switched by now. Um, yeah, so, alright, what's not happening? Let's look at our logic. Credits. So, oh, show credits. It's show credits is initializing to false. Yeah, no, it's supposed to initialize to true. Alright. Now this should work. Probably. Alright, so 16 steps later. I don't know what I'm actually made by. Alright, here we go. Trent Sterling, programming. Alright, that's too fast, yeah. Because if you're clicking fast, it's going to go by way too fast. Alright, so yeah, let's make actually credits duration like 10. Maybe 10 is a good number. Alright, so Lightwell Games, Lion, 1, 2, 3, community. And actually we could do, yeah, we could do more than 10. We could do like 20. Oh yeah, I'm gonna change my attribution to. Well, I should do this outside of Vimeo. All right, so yeah, let's change the credits duration to like 20, because it's not offensive to have it up there. I think it can stay up there. I'm just gonna change the last attribution to be noticeably the last attribution, or the last line of credit. All right, so Rogue City. I guess I could do Trent Sterling, Program Wizard, level 10. Lightwell Games. 73 Lion, 123, Community Manager. Jenny M. Hootenmaster. I hope that's the pronunciation. I'm sorry if it's not the correct pronunciation. And X Omega X Jeff the Murderer. Or X Omega X Jeff the Murderer. Bo the Programmer, Encouragement Manager, and Binry, Team Mascot. Alright. I think I'm going to change the title card. The title card, I think we'll instead say, welcome to Rogue City, all in caps. Welcome to Rogue City. And instead of made by, I'm going to say a game by. I guess I don't need to use text editor because there's no line breaks. Oh, nah, I might as well plug the jam. A stream jam. Stream jam 2. Alright. I cannot prove or disprove this about Comegabot. Yeah, Nightbot doesn't really do anything. He just kind of hangs out. He's just a huge fan of the channel, so he just spends time here. He does essentially nothing. I'll say, well, yeah. Well, no. I'll say a stream jam to game that's less lines than program. Made by. Yeah. let's see how that goes. Alright, so welcome to Rogue City. Stream Jam 2 game made by Trent Sterling, Programming Wizard, level 10. Lightwell Games. 73, Lion123, Community Manager. Jenny M. Hootenmaster, or however it's actually pronounced. Oh, I never checked, exclamation X, Jeff the Murder. I never actually checked how, Bo the Programmer and Coach Manager. I never actually checked how changes to, flammability, at chunk spawning. And binary team mascot. Alright, so that's pretty good. At least I'm satisfied with it. I could put in a closing line, but I don't know. Whatevs. So are people happy with this? What's the general consensus? Because I think I'm ready to ship the final build and hit the road. Actually, I guess I should play through it once before we ship it, so that way we can we can just make sure like the whatevers are like smoothed out. But I expect to be happy with it. So actually, I'm gonna actually put a build online, I think, and then you guys can try it out too. And you can let me know firsthand what you think, whether it gets the thumbs up or thumbs down. As you are all credited stakeholders in this project, you do have a say as to the final fitness and shippability of the project. So all right, so build settings, build RCY, new folder, P2. Whoops. Did I build it in P2 or did I clobber the old build? I might have clobbered the old build. Okay, no, I put it in the right place. Alright, so, alright, yeah, I'm then just going to go to face mode for a second while I upload the new build. Doop-a-doop, doop-a-doop, bleep-a-doop, bleep-blurp, blop, blue-doop. I don't know why, now that there's no screen, I thought it would be a good time to add in weird mouth noises, but, alright, so, connecting, doop-a-doo, bleep-blop-a-doop blop. Alright, nope. Why does that seem like a good idea to me? I can't explain it. Alright, so let's clobber this build here. So I'm updating the primary build on the site, but sometimes that gets cached weird. So I'm going to create a subdirectory P2. I'm going to upload it there as well because sometimes I don't know, with my browser sometimes it'll cache an older version, and then in order to try the new one I have to like punch in a whole new address. So all right, let's see. If that even worked. RCT. Oh yeah, I can. Hold on, I'll close out of the web stuff so I can switch back to screen cam. Alright, so yeah, rcty/p2 should be it. And by the time you're seeing it, you'll have already seen me post the link in chat. So welcome to Rogue City. Alright, this is clearly the correct build. Alright, so oh yeah, I wanted to check out yeah, I should do this I should actually have done this I should have done this in what was my brain? Oh yeah, in Unity, so I can just like cheat and use all the tons of all the tons of energy just to like blitz off into the distance. And I probably should still do that. But yeah, just don't know. I just like checking out the real version because this one's like live on the internet. And yeah, and I also do expect it to be fine. So yeah, I could double check just to be sure. But do 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 do. You know, just playing the game. Sorry. Sometimes my dialogue tapers off when I. There are a few things that that cause me to stop talking, and it's all subconscious. Like I don't think to myself, oh, I should stop talking or anything. But playing a game will do it. For art, for whatever reason, will do it. Just thinking intensely about something will do it sometimes. Like thinking about something that's not stream related causes me to like just stop talking because I would just get very distracted relatively easily. Yeah, so I'm liking most of this so far. Oh yeah, one thing that I noticed earlier when I was playing is that there's like a huge spike in firefighting. Like your firefighting skill. Oh, actually no. I was also seeing like some bugs in firefighting, so I should take a look at the firefighting code real quick, just to see if there isn't something I could improve there. Oh gosh. So like right now, got a lot of firefighting going on, and it's getting a little bit hard to proceed. It's not that hard, I guess. Shoot, if I charge across that lava field. Oh, I guess I have to. I don't really have a better option. No, I'm not gonna make it. Alright. Welp. Alright, sorry. Town's getting built out. Nice and well. I'll venture upwards. So why not? Yeah, so the thing I want to check about firefighting, or the thing that I was noticing earlier is like, I would get better at firefighting. I would get really high firefighting values, but then like it would be inconsistent. Oops, I probably should not have marched across the lava there, but whatever. It would be really inconsistent. It would be like sometimes. Oh yeah, okay. So I clearly have firefighting because now I can take out several chunks at a time. But look at that. Like I took out three chunks together, like just then, and then I charged this one and I took out only the single chunk. It just seems really inconsistent with yeah, look, I took out 4 at a time and then just 1, so it seems just really inconsistent, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. And I don't know what is that inconsistency. Maybe it's fine. Maybe I shouldn't worry about it, because you do get better at firefighting, and the whole thing is a little mysterious as to like how it works, how and when. So maybe we'll just say it is the mysteries of fire. Lobster Carvick, hey, how's it going? We maybe just finished our jam. We might have actually got a good build that we like. So I don't know. That might have happened. That's what I'm playing through now. Is the final build. It's up online at it's not linked from my site, but if you go to srsly.bz. Yeah, what is the deal with that? Oh man, sometimes I just take out like 1 square, and other times I take out like massive chunks. Alright, I kind of want to look into that, just see what the heck is going on there, because it's just so inconsistent right now. So inconsistent. Maybe there's a really obvious bug. Worst case scenario, if I don't figure out what's wrong, then I don't super care. That's probably fine actually. Alright, yeah, so one other thing I'm noticing is, fire. I don't know why I'm not care about that, but whatever. Fire, oh, I shouldn't spend so much time. Oh, wow. Yeah, it's actually kind of, dangerous to spend too much time clicking around your own city. Huh. So maybe I should, No, I'm probably not going to worry much more about this. Yeah, thank you, Komega. I think we came up with something pretty great. as quick as I am to criticize it, I also really like it. I mean, like it's obviously a game that was made in a few days, but for a game that was made in a few days, I think we came up with some pretty cool stuff. So it uh, definitely has more detail than like any game I've ever made before. Like every other game I make just uses these like intensely simplistic shapes that are all like that are all just so basic, just so intensely basic that yeah, this is the first time I worked on a project that actually uses like art, or it's the first time that I was like the lead of a project, I guess that does art. I worked in AAA for years, so we definitely had art in AAA, but yeah, like independently, I tend to go with a much more simpler representation. Thank you to all the fantastic artists that tuned in over the however many days it took us to do this. Because like yeah, just think of how boring this game would have been if not for all of your wonderful talents. Uh, I yeah, I think I'm happy with this. I think I like it. Um, I mean, I'm honestly not like I don't have like a strong objective right now. I'm honestly I keep clicking and continuing with it because I'm compelled to keep continuing and clicking on it. So that's usually a pretty strong sign. Uh, oh, where am I going? Just kind of marching across the lava field. Yikes, that was painful. Uh, so I feel like we're probably pretty close to the dramatic conclusion. If for people who were here yesterday at the end of the stream. Oh my gosh, this is it, you guys. Oh wait, spoilers. Oh sorry, wait, hold on. Maybe I shouldn't show this because if you haven't played it yourself, I guess you wouldn't know what was happening there. um, well, all right, yeah. If you guys want to, here I'll post the link in chat one more time. And if you guys want to, actually, I'll post the main link. If anyone's so proud that they want to share this with the world, here's the link. Here's the link to the main game. The P2 at the end is in case like the browser loads an old version, but it would only do that if someone has seen the game before. So yeah, so there's the link to our wonderful project. I am I'm doing my darndest to stay not ill. I keep feeling like I'm on the verge of like getting sick again. So in order to combat that, I'm staying very well hydrated and. So in that interest, I'm gonna refill my water bottle real quick. But I'll be right back. It won't take a moment. Maybe one moment. Sorry for the delay. So it just occurred to me, uh, I guess if we're, so I'm not a web developer at all, but I I I like to do one thing for my game projects that I know I'm not gonna win. I'm gonna throw it all away. Yeah, I like to do one thing for my game projects that just makes the site like slightly nicer, and so I think oh yeah, so I like to put it just like a small representational image so that when people share the link, it just shows up a little nicer. Yay! All right. I'm so glad. All right, so I'm just gonna take a quick screenshot of the game. I'm just gonna go like, distance in till we get to a point where the game is like representational. We have like all the game elements on screen. Specifically, I'm looking for a nice piece of lava geometry. A nice like northern corridor might be nice. All right, this could be good. Yeah, I guess this pretty much tells the story of Rogue City. I go back to the. Yeah, no, like one chunk is gonna super represent everything. So, and I think this is probably about as good as it gets. Or I mean, this is pretty clear. This is pretty straightforward. Actually, I'm gonna clear out some of this fire. Just tidying up for the screenshot. All right, so a little more fire than that. Come on, spread the little fire, spread. There we go. All right, so we'll clear this out. All right, and then yeah, that's probably fine. Oh wait, my little train of dudes got wrapped up. All right, so this will be our screenshot, I think. I'm so finicky. I should really stop after this. All right, now that's it. That's everything. All right. So now we'll take the screenshot. Was it? Wait, it's alt function print screen. So then, yeah, all right, we did it, you guys. All right, so what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna use like whatever image editing. What size do I tend to make these? Is there like if I struck on like a good size to make these yet? I forget. What was one I did it for? Oh, I might put it in the build folder. It might actually be in the build folder, not in here. Yeah. Yeah. So D builds. Preview. Yeah. How big did I make you? Open with paint.net. So yeah, what size is this? What pixel dimensions? 716 by 512. That's weird dimensions, but whatever. Alright, so file new 716 by 512. No, keep canvas size. Oh, alright, so yeah, I guess we could keep it like this, or we could zoom it. I'll probably zoom it so it takes up the full thing. So yeah, so layer, rotate zoom, zoom 200%, or like 2, double zoom. Maybe I should have stayed zoomed out. Oops. Oh, alright, I'll have to zoom it in another thing. Alright, so, zoom, resize, sure, why not, to 200%. Oh, really? How do I do that? Oh, sweet! Haha! Oh, wow, whoops, whoa. Alright, that stretches it a little bit. Slightly distorts the image. Oh, how do I get out of this? All right. I have no clue what you guys saw on camera when that happened. um, anyways, yeah, I should, I guess I should use a realistic resolution. Uh, Actually, I don't know. It might turn. I'm just gonna see how this turns out, and it might be okay as it is. Anyways, yeah, I'll just give it a shot. You don't contain an image. What? All copy, paste, keep canvas size. So yeah, I might just go with this, something like this. Huh. Yeah. That's really all you need to know about the game. Yeah, I don't know why full screen made it all like distorted, but I feel like this like tells enough of the story that we want. And I think the image is actually going to show up much smaller. I know. I mean, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't bank on that. Maybe I should. I just don't want to. I don't want to like misrepresent the game. Which would be worse? I guess. Yeah, you know what? I won't do the zoom thing. I'll use the regular size image, and I guess it'll just be like letterboxed for whatever reason. That's fine. Letterboxing is fine. Can't tell if it's centered though. I feel like that's centered. I don't know. Where's the spill brush? Or spill can? Or actually, I guess this is probably the best way to do it. Yeah. Oh no, it's not centered now. Was it better centered before? This is gonna. I just really shouldn't care about that. It'll just be. Alright, so. I don't know, that's probably centered enough. It'd be nice if there was just like a way to easily tell about that sort of thing. Oh wait, no, I know what I can do. I can do, image, flip horizontal. Alright, so it's slightly offset in, this direction. Image, flip horizontal. Still slightly off. Image, flip horizontal. That looks pretty good. Might still be slightly off. Sorry. Yeah, I think that looks good. Alright. Alright. This is gonna be quick, I swear. We're pretty much done at this point. Alright, so file save as, I don't know, preview or whatever. I guess I'll put it with builds. Nah, I'm gonna put it with the project. Preview. Alright. And then yeah. So again, I'm not a web developer, but what did I do with IMA to get this to show, to show up? I think I put in like, yeah, preview.ping. Right, so let's did I do the Android? I think yeah, I did the Android version with IMA. So I'm not gonna do the Android version with this, but I will borrow this snippet and put it so builds RCTY, P2. I should put these in P1. No. I literally do nothing. You've seen my website probably. You've seen how I do essentially. Oh hey TTK, sorry. I was zoning out. Welcome. We did it. Yeah. It's up on the site. The new build is up on the site as like P2. Sorry, I don't know why I yelled. That sounded cheeky, and I annoyed myself with that. But yeah, if you go to if you go to the site, for where like project RCTY would be located, if you do /p2, uh, then you can find it there. All right, so I'm just setting up a few, just like a little. I'm just making it so that we have a preview image for. Oh, I know. Anyways. All right. Yeah, preview image for the project. So yeah, drop this here. So it's not gonna be I'm a dot preview ping or whatever. It's gonna be rcty preview ping, and then seriously, yeah. It's not gonna be named IMA. It's gonna be called rcty, and oh yeah. So I guess made for Stream Jam 2. Made for Stream Jam 2. So I insert a line break. I don't know. I guess I can test it. Or no, I'll just made for Stream Jam 2. With the theme survival. Oops, I can't use quotes probably. Survival, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Made for Stream Jam 2. A roguelike city builder with the theme survival. I know the project is like over basically at this point, but I'm gonna look up the definition of roguelike. I know that's kind of a funny time to do it, but procedural level generation, turn-based gameplay, tile-based graphics, and permanent death. All right, well yeah, we hit on basically all those points. Anyways, yeah, let's call that good. All right, and so then also this will be rcty. Cool. And then save that, and now I'll upload a new quick start as well as the image. Oh, so I'm gonna go into Facecam for a second while I upload files to my website. Hey, how's it going? Sorry, huge FaceTime. This shouldn't take long at all because I'm not even uploading anything big at this point. I'm just uploading just the image that we made and that new HTML webs. So yeah, replace. Yeah, I'll replace it in both places, I guess. Oh, and I need to upload, yeah, the preview image itself. Star of the show. Where did I put it? Projects. RCUI preview.ping. Alright. And so I'm going to stay in Facecam for just a moment. I'm just going to check and see if that worked. It involves going on the social medias, so I don't know. You guys don't want to see my social media account. Alright, so where am I going? Oh yeah, doop 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 doop. So let's see if what we did just worked. I mean, you guys can check it too, if you felt like it. But yeah, hold on. Oops, probably shouldn't have. Whatever. Alright, preview. Roguelike city builder, theme survival. Alright, that seems fine. And then Just gonna check one more thing. Sorry. No. Half of it worked. The other half did not work as well. Which could just be a fluke. Huh. Yeah, I wonder. What would have been the cause of that? Alright, no, never mind. It all works. Works great. Alright, ship it. Ship all of that. I can leave face cam now. Alright, so yeah, we did it, you guys. We did it. Did it. Done. Done did. 100% over the finish line. It's all thanks to you guys. As credited in the finished version. I am vaguely curious to see what like I'm not gonna, yeah, just for my own grim fat. No, you know what? I'm not even gonna. Okay. Everything seemed fine. We played through it. Everything seemed fine. Cool. Yeah. Let me know. Let me know if you guys have any like major last minute sort of feedback. So yeah. So the thing that I just did with the HTML whatever is that I made it so that if you share the link on like social media, it'll show like a picture, so it's not just like a blank slide. I will probably tweet about it later. I won't do that while on stream. Yeah, you bring up an interesting point, Komega. Well, so for one thing, part of the reason I wanted to get this game done and out the door, part of the reason I wanted that was important to me was there's a new jam starting on Friday, 2 days from now. We're gonna do it all over again. It's gonna be great, you guys. We're gonna start on an all new project. So yeah, tune in Friday to it'll be right at the start of the jam that we decide the theme and the genre that we're going to build, or like the game systems that we're going to build. So for this jam, I noticed that was like one of the most fun parts. So, or like people seem to enjoy that the most. So yeah, that's definitely not something you'll want to miss. So I'm calling it Stream Jam 3. What we just wrapped up was Stream Jam 2. And actually earlier today, like I was thinking of actually putting it up on like h.io or like what's the other one? Game Jolt. I was considering doing that, but I don't think I will. Because the whole point is not for people to go off and make their own games. They can if they want, but the point is to all make a game together, to all collaborate and like work together on a good luck with that, Russ Jr. The point of the jam is to all make a game together. So the jam will essentially be contained within within this channel itself. So oh yeah, later man, yeah. So I think I'm also gonna make a section of my website for all my jam projects, because I have more jam projects than like real projects at this point. All right, yeah, thank you. No, it's just that's it. That's the whole link. What? Shut up, Unity player. You're dumb. You're drunk, Unity player. Go home. Oh yeah, and if that one doesn't load, then if that one doesn't load in your browser, then you can try this one. So yeah, so whatever. Whatever. Install web. Maybe it's trying to tell me to update my web player. I don't know. It worked a minute ago, so it's probably just being dumb. But whatever. I can't wait until you can. I can't wait until that you don't have to export, or you don't have to use the web player in order to play games. Like apparently like they're making it so that you can build for like HTML5 as like just a target platform, which would be pretty sweet. already have you installed. Are you gonna realize that at some point? Or you're just gonna what? Air opening file. What are you? Oh, Unity bug reporter. Is that? Oh, oh, you're still annoyed that I haven't. All right, whatever. So wait, retry. I guess I don't know. Whatever. I'm guessing that's why it was not enthusiastic. Um, yeah, WebGL. Like, it just it's still in like the testing phases. Like, close partners are like already like making their games that way, and I think it's supposed to be. I think once they iron out all the kinks, they're gonna actually like add it as a feature to a future release, which would be pretty cool. No, the game's fine, or unless you're actually telling me that the game is broken, in which case, please go on. Please do explain. Um, so yeah, right. Okay, so right, Stream Jam 3, starting Friday. It's gonna go all weekend, which is to say I'll be working on it Saturday and Sunday, and I still haven't decided what my sleep patterns should be for the weekend. It might like, I might try and minimize sleep. Like I might only like nap or something and try and go, basically just as just basically like keep it rocking. I don't know. We'll see. That'll depend mostly on my energy levels. But yeah. So Friday's the start of the jam, and then yeah. So then we'll be streaming Saturday and Sunday as well, and we'll be finishing the game on Sunday, which should be interesting. So. As for today, as you might be able to guess from the name of the stream, of the title of the stream today, Rogue City and the Journey Onwards. The dev name for one of my other projects is JRNE, pronounced Journey. So I'm thinking I'll work on that. I'm thinking I will work on that today. I'm thinking I will go back to that and continue onwards. So, it's a funny thing. The reason I started this jam, Stream Jam 2, and the reason we made Rogue City in the first place was because I had been working on Journey or JRNE or whatever you want to call it, and I came to like a stumbling block, a point where yeah, JourneyBot. Well, so that's the interesting thing. JourneyBot is still important because JourneyBot will be reading the input, but like the stumbling block that I came to last Tuesday that made me wonder like which, basically it gave me pause and made me want to like not spend too much time on that project until I, had more clarity. Was the control scheme. On Tuesday, someone pointed out that using a separate chat channel for JourneyBot would not work on mobile because like on PC we can just like open up a new chat channel in like a new window or whatever. But for mobile you can't do that. You can't just open up a new chat channel. You only have access to the chat channel that you're watching it from. If people are watching on mobile right now, then they will recognize that to be true, probably, I assume. Unless that one user was lying to me and you actually can access it somehow. So yeah, that got me thinking about like what do I want to do for the project? Like I knew I had to change something, or I knew I wanted to change something. I very much wanted to change something, and yeah. Before like wasting any time on the project, I wanted to figure out what that was, and so then we did Jam 2, and now here we are. So like my best options at this point, I think are yeah. there are a lot of ways to access Twitch chat, but then if you're on mobile, like it's not a good experience to access it any other way than through the little chat panel that the mobile app gives you. So my options at this point, as far as I can tell, are basically to tune in on Friday, Bo, because all you have to do is convince everyone to do exactly that, and then bada bing, bada boom. Oh yeah, when does Warlords come out? It comes out pretty soon, right? Like next week or something. So that'd be topical. Um, um, yeah, no, like Werther's Jr. says, that's ridiculous, and I wouldn't even ask people to do that. That's ridiculous and bad. Uh, so, um, yeah, so basically my options are to say, to heck with you mobile users, and just like carry onwards. But the thing is, I was never actually like super pumped about, about that control scheme in the first place, because like you can open another window, but even for like people playing on PC, that's not like the most convenient thing. So some of you might have guessed where I'm going with this. I'm toying with the idea of having JourneyBot play in Binry chat, like in this channel's chat. Uh, oh, cool! Lion's gone. Now we can dish about what we actually want to do on Friday's jam before he gets any chance to have a say or any input in it. If you are actually leaving, Lion, bye. I miss you already. Yeah, I'd say the world is plenty fiery. I'd say the world is pretty fiery. I think we hit that one pretty well. Wow, we really only got one building. I might have left that value too high still. But whatevs. No. Oh, wait. JourneyBot. We're talking about JourneyBot. I'm not saying this channel is open for bots. In fact, quite the opposite. I'm saying I don't want bots in this channel. But that's the other idea that I'm toying with. Because, like, honestly, like, I don't know what else. What are the other options? Like, the only thing that if you're watching the stream on mobile, the only thing you have available to you is what the app itself gives you. So the only real mechanism there is the channel chat. And so while I don't want okay, he's gone for real this time. Now we can actually talk about what we want to do for the jam and how we want to change all our ideas so that none of Lion's ideas get used. Sorry. But if you are actually leaving, have a good one. Where was I going with that? Yeah, like what? Yeah, so like what other mechanisms are there available? And like I honestly can't think of any. So then at that question, it's like, at that point, it's like like how much can we really do in terms of like requiring input? If we are going to have like some spam in this channel, or if we're going to have the input come via the channel, I am not sure what sea lion is. I've never heard of that before. Oh, interesting. Sounds cool. I actually, usually when I find out about those things, I add them to my list of things to check out. So I'll do that because I use C# and C. Oh, it doesn't say C#. It says C++. I use C++. I used to do C++. I work in C languages. Is what I guess what I'm trying to say. So yeah. So hypothetically, if hmm, um, yeah, so if I'm using the chat for what is the like the input mechanism for the game, then either I have to like limit that so that it's not spammy, or I have to come up with like an alternate control scheme. And so that's why stopped working on the art on Tuesday, because I don't want to make like art is going to take a while for me to make, and even then it's not going to be amazing. So I want to answer these questions in case I need to fundamentally change the game. And so I don't know, maybe I still haven't fundamentally answered these questions, and so maybe I shouldn't dive in. Uh, but then the other thing, excuse me, excuse me. Oh, it's because I lost a little bit of steam that I got hit with the yawn. Yeah, so I don't know. I really, I guess I just have to. So I could either force a decision now, or I do have fallback plans this time. For example, we could do Jam 2.5 today instead. I don't know. I don't think that would be the case, but I just yeah, technically, hypothetically, an option. I feel like more likely. I do have another project that I have lined up as like something I would want to work on. Incidentally, it started as a jam project that I made at a weekend jam a few weeks back. Yeah, I really shouldn't have said that, because I I can say with almost 100% certainty that that's not going to happen. But uh, why did I? Oh yeah, right. So yeah, I have IAMA is a game I made, or I started making at a jam a few weekends back, and that's another project that I just kind of have it like on my list of like things that I want to do. I really want to do Journey or JRNE or whatever you want to call it. I really want to get it working, just because that that's the project that I have like the clearest plan for. Like, not the biggest plan, but the clearest plan. So like I know exactly how to. Well, all right. I guess that's sounds funny to say, since I don't even know fundamentally what the project is at this point. But like I have the clearest end goals, I guess, for the plan. Again, not the biggest end goals, just very very concise goals. So it'd be nice to get that up and running, because I just keep thinking about that goal. It's on my mind. That's why I started the project, and it's why I am quite inclined to continue working to finish it eventually. So I should probably flip a coin, right? The one if you ever don't know what to do, if you're ever uncertain, uh, one um, one technique you can use is to flip a coin, and if you don't so like if you have two options, flip a coin, and if you don't like the option that comes up, then do the other one, which is fairly simple advice, but it can be effective. Um, so I don't know. Maybe I'll just if you guys find it like intolerable, I can stop. But I might just like talk through what Journey could be. Like, what are some of the so hypothetically, if Journey takes place in this chat rather than in a separate chat channel, um, then what? um, yeah, so if it took place in this chat channel, then either it has to be very unspammy, like it can basically like not spam whatsoever, which means either it happens very rarely or it only involves certain users. I don't know. Either of those things don't seem ideal. I don't tend to game stream. I think if I did, I'd probably set up a separate channel for it, just because this channel is all about dev. But I mean, one of the great things about this site is that you can find people streaming pretty much anything. Well, that's not true. You can find people streaming a lot of things a lot of the time. I could do a game stream. I don't know when I'd have time for it. Because, like, yeah, no, it'd be hard to set up a game stream, because although I play, oh my gosh, I'm gonna beat the game. I'm gonna beat the game, you guys. Beat it. Oh my gosh, I beat the game. Oops, I made the fire stop animating. Yeah, whatever, that's fine. Alright, so, spoilers, by the way, spoilers. Well, so it's not about Journey Journeybot saying anything in chat. It's about Journey hearing what chat has to say, and it's about everyone in chat flooding like these useless little messages that just interrupt whatever discussion might be going on. Oh, I have a notification. Sorry, I was really into that. Cool. Sorry, I just got okay. Yeah. So like for example, if like the way you interact with Journey bot in its current iteration is like you say like action and like you say like command or whatever, and so if I had JourneyBot running in a channel with like let's say 10 people were playing, every time an event happened, 10 people would be like blah, 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 blah. So it would just like it basically like wreck it basically pushed everything off the top of the screen. So now I already know what I would do there. I already know how to fix that because like here if I oops I hope I don't accidentally JourneyBot. All right. So for example here I have one of my other accounts logged in. I think this is BinRebot I have over here. So so I already know how I could fix that. Like all right, so my blacklist words includes all commands. So using Better Twitch TV, I can actually just filter those out. If oops, I just forget that shaking Windows makes everything get minimized. Oops, no, the other one. Yeah, this one. So if BinRebot, whatever. All right, yeah. So like, so I have so like here, if I say anything here, like it shows up for JourneyBot. But if JourneyBot says, or if BinRebot says anything, it shows up here. But then if BinRebot says like a command, like action or whatever, then it actually gets filtered out. So that like it wouldn't screw up Better Twitch TV, and anyone using Better Twitch TV could just filter out the action commands so that they wouldn't have to see them. But again, that doesn't help the people who are on mobile, because the people on mobile won't be able to filter out the action commands. So maybe that's the compromise, like but like the channel will get a little like crumpy. But then like I don't know if I want to do that either. Like it's so right. So the other thing that I keep trying to figure out, and I don't know how to do it, is I haven't figured it out yet. Is I want to make the game just based on chat participation, but not to encourage spam. And like it's kind of a big puzzle, I guess, at this point. Like I don't know exactly how to accomplish that. Like because how do you encourage people to participate in chat without how do you encourage people to participate in chat and reward people for participating in chat in a meaningful way? Like, because like for pretty much any rule set that I could come up with, I feel like there'd be ways to exploit it, and like so it'd have to be a mechanism by which spamming does not increase your chances of like winning, I guess, is like the important quality to apply there. So if I can crack that puzzle, then that'd be phenomenal. So far, I think about it, and I haven't come up with like the golden bullet or like the ultimate. Whoops, spoilers. The ultimate solution. So yeah, that's like one of my goals. Whoops, more spoilers. I guess until I can figure that out, I'll at least load up IMA and see what I want to do there. IMA has its own situations. Save, yeah, I guess. I don't know what I changed. So yeah, IMA has its own challenges. For one thing, it was made for a jam in like a very short amount of time, and so it has like a lot. It basically just has a long way to go. Oops, where are we going? I don't know where I'm going. Oh no, I messed up. Yeah, so IMA has its own. It's for one thing, it's just not done. So I would need to, for one thing, finish the game. Fairly important. That's a fairly important step, you might notice. So then the other thing is that, and some of you might have noticed this already, if you like, so the rules of this game are all based on color mixing, and to a player who's colorblind, like this game would just not work. Like it would just be basically unplayable, right? So I really don't know what to do about that. Or no, I have like an idea. I mean, I know what I want to do, but I don't know if I could execute on it well. So yeah, so one thing that so if I'm going to work on this project in particular, it would be so yeah, the first thing that I have to do is get rid of all the color, like just turn it into a turn them all into medium gray colors. And then if I get the game playable like this, then it would be like a legit product, right? It could actually work. And so for the jam that I made this game, I put in like a really hacky like attempt at solving that problem, but I don't think I was successful. I don't consider it to have been a successful experiment, because like for example, I can't play this. I could try and play this. I just and I have beaten a few levels this way, but what the heck? It just oh. Oops, no, that was the wrong way. Yeah, it just doesn't. That's partially true. But it's also true that if you don't, it's also true that if, well, so, oh yeah, so, for this game, this game is not literally just based on color, it's literally based on the color wheel. So, it's about color mixing. And so, you don't have to, it's not just about conveying, like, edges. It's not literally just conveying the difference between different tiles. It's literally about conceptually grasping what is a path through what is otherwise just like a mess of shapes. So yeah, so there are tricks that a lot of games can do